is Rock and Roll.
Let's hear it for the Just Nuts Band. And now from WVOX Radio, also host of tonight's episode, This is Rock and Roll, we have Mr. Dennis Dion Nardone.
Thank you,
Hi,
Judy.
Dennis.
How are you?
I'm good.
And you look wonderful. You look great.
Thank
you
you.
look beautiful. I love your little black flower on your yellow dress. And I am ready for another edition of This is Rock and Roll. And as you said, my name is Dennis Dion Nardone. So happy to be here today. And, you know, I got to tell you, back in the early 60s, they had so many female singing groups that were very, very good. Well, we have the original lead singer of one of the groups from the Bronx, New York, the Chiffons. Songs like He's So Fine, One Fine Day,
Great songs.
Sweet Talking Guy, great songs. So let's say hello, bring her out on the set. Let's say hello to Judy, Craig, Mann, the original lead singer from the Chiffons.
Thank you.
Come on down and sit down. So happy to have you here,
It's
Judy.
nice to be here.
And it's good to see you. I'll move over a little closely.
Okay.
And from the Bronx, New York,
That's right, born and raised.
James Monroe High School.
Yes.
Wow. Original Bronx. I used to live in the Bronx, man.
Yes, I do. White Plains Road and Lafayette Avenue.
Wow. Whoa, that's okay. You'll have all your fans come see you.
But,
All right, the Chiffons did so many recordings.
right.
Great recordings. Of course, the big hits, as I mentioned, One Fine Day, He's So Fine, Sweet Talking Guy.
Yes.
Great tunes, plus so many other stuff that we can go into forever. My first question is, I'm a little confused, because I heard there's the Four Pennies name and the Chiffons.
Right.
Explain that to me, where the Four Pennies and the Chiffons, and how you ended up with the Chiffons.
Okay. We started out as the Chiffons, and one of the members in the group, Sylvia Peterson, also led. So they, the Tokens at that time were our producers, and they thought it would be a good idea to have two groups. So Sylvia led for the Four Pennies, and I led for the Chiffons.
Oh, okay, I see. Hey, by the way, today's your birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Where's the
We have to
lighter?
celebrate your birthday.
Where's the lighter?
Where's Mary? Mary, we have something for Judy for her birthday. Let's bring something out for her birthday. And because we have to say happy birthday officially.
Thank you so much.
And,
I appreciate it.
Of course, with your birthday, so many years rock and rolling and singing.
Yeah.
And once again,
It's
the
been
original
great.
lead singer of the Chiffons. So happy to have you here. And Mary's getting our little birthday celebration together. But let me ask you this. I have a boyfriend. Shirley Olsen Reeves wrote that song, right?
No. I have a boyfriend, oh gosh, Golden. I can't remember his first name.
Oh, he wrote it.
Golden.
Okay, but
yeah.
you guys recorded it, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And there's something very interesting about that. What? Hold on, here's our birthday.
On the count of three. Happy birthday
To you,
Happy birthday
To you.
Happy birthday, dear Judy.
oh, this is great.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
Make a wish.
Here you go.
And also, we have a mug for her.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
We have an official.
This is really
This is
nice.
rock and roll.
We're going to take it and
mug.
cut the cake.
Wonderful. Nice.
By the way,
Thank
that's
you.
one of our producers, Vic Sabatini, singing along for you.
Oh, okay.
Along with Al Belfiore
Thank you,
from the
Vic.
Just
Thank
Nuts
you.
Band, and of course Tyrone, Berkel, our three producers behind the scenes. Anyway, I was telling you about I Have a Boyfriend. They were playing that song in Dallas, and at the same time, our president was assassinated. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I
yes.
didn't know that.
That's a big part of history.
Oh,
Back
okay.
in, of course, 1963.
I didn't know that.
So let's go to the beginning. You're in
Okay.
high school, James Monroe High School, and the gentleman writes this song, One Fine Day, right?
Okay, that One Fine Day was Carole King.
Oh, okay, excuse me.
He's So Fine was our
the
first,
first
yeah.
one. Okay, he writes the song, and he brings it to New York City, and they ask him, do you have a group? He says yes, so he runs to James Monroe High School, gets you guys, and puts a group together, and you guys will go record it, and
Okay.
before you know, you're a hit.
Yes, but we were together before that.
Uh-huh.
He got us together before that. We all lived in the same neighborhood. He wrote songs. His name was Ronald Mack.
Ronald Mack.
And
that's
he
it.
wrote songs, and he wanted to be known, as a great songwriter.
Right.
So he did all the legwork. He went to different record companies trying to get his things, heard. And he ran into the Tokens one day. The Tokens liked what they heard. They asked us to come in. We recorded, and that
Okay,
was
when
it.
you say the Tokens were behind the scenes at the time. They were producing records,
Right.
as opposed to also performing. But they were doing little producing behind the records. Jay
Right.
Siegel and his staff.
Right.
So they produced that record for you.
Yes.
And it became a hit. And before you knew it, you didn't even realize you guys had a #1 hit. And,
That's right. It stayed on the charts for 6 weeks.
Did you? Did they put you right out Murray to K or radio shows? Or they had to
we
put you out there right away.
We started doing, they used to have things called like hops, and you would lip sync, So we did a lot of those at 1st. And then we started doing the theaters, and then went on from there.
Yeah. Now, when you were a teen in high school and you had that record, before that, who did you follow? Who did you like? Who did you listen to? What music? What did you idolize?
I listened to a lot of everything. I listened to some of everything. Because at that time, Latin music was popular in New York, so it was a lot of Latin artists that I liked. I liked a lot of jazz artists because of my mother and father and my aunts and uncles. They listened to jazz, so it was a lot of jazz artists that I liked. So I liked everything.
When did you discover you had a voice? When you were 10, 12, singing in front of the family at church?
Singing in front of the family. It must have been around, I was about 8 years old. Yeah.
And then how old were you when you had your first hit, He's So Fine?
I was 17.
17 years old. Judy Craig, the Chiffons, and the original lead singer. Now, how did you become the lead singer? Did you have an agent, or you girls got together and you just started singing?
Like I said, Ronald Mack, he just gave me the song to sing. He said, you sing it.
Okay.
He told the girls to do the background, and that was it.
Okay, so after that hit, and were you still in high school when you did One Fine Day, or
No,
out of high school?
No, out of high school.
Out of high school. And of course, as you mentioned, Carole King,
Yes.
Jerry Goffin wrote that
Right,
song.
right.
And now, did they come to you and say, or did they give it to your agent, or?
No, they came to the Tokens and told them that they would like us to do the song. And the song was originally, well, it wasn't by Little Eva, but Little Eva did the demo. So that song was in her key. So I kind of struggled. Yeah, I kind of struggled.
Who was a
with it.
babysitter for Carole King at the time?
Yes. So she was in her key. It was a little too high for me, but I managed to get through it.
Hey, let's go back to He's So Fine. Ronald Mack wrote the song, as you mentioned, and that do-lang part.
He did all.
Where did he come up with that part?
I don't know where he got it from, but he did it.
I mean, that's like a famous part of a women's rock and roll song. Do-lang, do-lang.
Right.
Yeah. So One Fine Day. Another big hit,
yes,
and it's been shown in movies and all over, and now your career you're on the top. You're right there with everyone else, if not the #1 female group at the time.
Right.
And how you taking all this? You taking it all in? What are you feeling?
Excited. We were young then, so when you're young, everything is a party. So that's how we felt. You know, it was just good times.
Yeah. Judy, Craig, Mann, original lead singer of the Chiffons. How about we go to a video?
Okay.
And let's see what the Chiffons look like.
All right.
And so let's run a video. And once again, Judy, Craig, Mann, the Chiffons. Okay, let's run the video. Okay, we are back, and once again, the original lead singer for the Chiffons from the Bronx, New York, Judy, Craig, Mann, and that's very, very nice. What a great song. And that song's going to last forever. What a great song. Now, let's, the original members of the Chiffons.
Okay, that was Sylvia Peterson, Pat Bennett, and Barbara Lee, and myself, Judy McCrae.
And nowadays, of course, you're still performing after all these years, and people love you. By the way, I introduced you, I don't know if you remember, out in a Nader show out in New Jersey, a big show. And I was the one who introduced you on the stage.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Yes,
there was
great
like
show.
10,000 people there.
Nader had a nice show.
So anyway, who's on the
Sing with
now?
me. Okay, with me now is my daughter and my niece.
Yeah. When on stage, when you introduce your daughter, that's pretty neat. And people always give a big round of applause.
Yes.
Now, when you were at Chiffons, you left somewhere around 1969, 1970?
No, I left 72.
72.
I left 78.
Okay, you had to, and it was maternity leave, right?
No, it was because my children were little, and right then,
family.
Yeah, it was, you know, so I decided to just leave for a while.
I also read something that it was like, it was getting a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Traveling.
Yeah, it was.
You know, it's not like nowadays. You know.
Like now
And family obligations.
it's much nicer now.
Yeah.
Back then it was rough.
Yeah, rough. You're on
You
the
know,
buses and this and that, and
but now it's
hotels
nice.
are not like they are now.
You know, so people are a lot nicer now. So it's nice.
Yeah, and you probably make more money, right?
Now, yeah.
Which is a whole new story.
Right.
Judy Craig Mann, Chiffons, original lead singer, James Monroe High School in the Bronx, New York, real Bronxite. And you did some TV shows. Well, you didn't go to Shindig, right?
No, Shindig we didn't do, but we did, of course, Dick Clark, and was another one. Was it Shindig? We might have done Shindig because I was pregnant at the time, so I didn't do Shindig with them.
That's
so
right.
I think they did do Shindig.
Now, you did American Bandstand.
Yes.
And,
we did
Dick
that
Clark,
twice.
you knew Dick Clark was from Westchester, close to...
I didn't know he was from Westchester.
Oh, yeah, Mount Vernon. To be
okay.
exact.
I don't know.
And so how was that experience?
Oh, you know, hey, it was Dick Clark, you know.
Yeah, Dick Clark. And, of course, you're nationally known now. And so how was it coming back home to James Monroe High School when you had your hits and to the neighborhood?
It was all the same. You know, it was it wasn't different. You know, everybody was excited for us, but you know, it was you know.
Now you did something in Washington. You opened up for the Beatles.
Yeah, we opened for the Beatles when they first came to the United States.
Did you get
Washington
to meet
Coliseum.
the guys?
No, we didn't meet them until we went to London. It was no way we could meet them that night. It was crazy. It was
crazy.
Oh my goodness, no way.
And that was that Ed Sullivan show, Washington?
No, I don't know. It wasn't Ed Sullivan. I don't know who did it. Who promoted it, I can't remember, but it wasn't Ed Sullivan.
Did you realize how big the Beatles were at the time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why we couldn't meet them.
Oh, you couldn't meet them. Anyway.
We couldn't get near them. It was crazy.
I think we have another video.
Oh,
You
okay.
want to see another video? We want to show everyone out there exactly who you are.
Okay.
So it's another video, another song. So let's see what we have. We'll watch the screen. Once again, the Chiffons and our original lead singer, Judy Craig Mann. Let's go to the video.
Sweet talking guy, talking sweet kind of lies. Don't you believe in him? If you do, he'll make you cry. He'll send you flowers and take the town with another girl. He's a sweet talking guy, sweet talking guy. He's my kind of guy, sweet talking guy. He's sweeter than sugar. Yes, his kiss is like wine. Don't you let him under your skin, 'cause you never will. Don't you give him love today, tomorrow he's on his way. He's a sweet talking guy, sweet talking guy. He's my kind of guy, sweet talking guy. Why do I love him like I do? Oh yes, we're talking about you guys. Ladies, you know how hard it is for us to live with them. But surely we